All right, guys, what's up? Let's do this. I'm gonna give it like 2-3 minutes for people to get on, and then we're gonna start streaming and talk about the market. It's gonna be a very good update. It's been a while since I've actually looked at the market, but overall, the portfolio has recovered very significantly, which is a very positive sign. The number one indicator I use to gauge how well the market is doing is my portfolio. There's no other way to look at it. You just got to take a look at your portfolio wherever it is. It could be on the exchange where you have some of your funds. It could be on your ledger or your Trezor, or it could be anywhere. It could be on CoinMarketCap, right? It's always going to tell you exactly how well the market is performing. And the market has been significantly improving since the Bitcoin halving event. So good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining me. Let's just give it a few more minutes. I'm gonna have about an hour a day now that I'm finished in France with my parents. They came to visit me, hence my time off. We went to Paris, just took them around. I've been there 3 times, but they've never been, so just kind of showed them the touristy stuff. Now they're back with me in Istanbul. Then we have like 2 days to hang out here. We're going to Cappadocia. Then we're gonna come back and see a little bit more of Istanbul. I'm telling you, the number one goal to do very well in crypto should always be to take care of your family. Okay, it should never be for selfish reasons like to buy a supercar. It's never things like that. To buy brand name bags or luxury shoes. It should be to take care of your family, whether it be your parents, whether it be your kids. If you're single, you're not in the good, like you're not in a relationship yet, right? You got to build that future. Got to build that wealth of yours. The big difference between like people who, the lower class and the middle class and the upper class, it's very different, right? The lower class, you can say in general, or the working class, they see money very differently. They're going to work that 9 to 5 type of job. They're going to worry and budget about every single bill of theirs. And every single month is a struggle. And they're going to save, a normal amount, but it's going to take them a long time to be able to save up for a vacation. Like for some families, it's going to take up like a year or two to save up for a vacation. And then after that, they're drained. And then the middle class, they're a little bit differently, right? They understand how money works a little bit better, but they're going to live that lifestyle still. They're going to live that, having a nice car, having a decent home, and they're going to buy these luxury bags, they're going to just have an okay life. But the difference between like an upper class and true wealth is these people who understand money, they're going to take capital and they're going to always allow it to work for themselves. So they're not just going to have a large amount of capital sitting in the bank, right? So when my parents ask me how much money do I save in my bank, the answer is like less than $5,000, because I always take that money that I have and I'm going to invest it in something to let it work for me, whether it's earning something through the government, whether it's, bonds or crap like that. Some people do that, whether it's through long-term investments, whether it's through even staking. It's always going to be working for you. And that's how you're going to build true wealth, especially when it comes to crypto and in the next bull market that is very likely to begin. And for anybody that actually believes that the bull market is not going to start anytime soon, or we're going to get another major dip to like $30,000-$40,000, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's most likely not going to happen from multiple perspectives, such as the hash rate is incredibly high right now after the halving. So there's something called miners capitulation, which refers to the hash rate dropping amongst miners because they have a huge control of how Bitcoin is mined and distributed, right? And they're a central part of how the blockchain is going to function. So if the hash rate ends up dropping significantly after the halving event, it's always because there's miners capitulation, which refers to people having to sell off their holdings from previously, or they're exiting the game entirely, these smaller miners, because they just can't keep up with the cost of what Bitcoin is. So if the cost is really low, the price of Bitcoin, they're not profitable. So because they're not profitable, they have to exit the market for mining. So there's a huge drop rate in the hash rate for Bitcoin. And then you see a huge drop in the market overall because it will affect many people. But because Bitcoin has actually rallied from literally $15,000 to even 72, where it's sitting right now at around 66, there's a very low chance of people needing to exit the market, since even if the block reward, which it is, cut to half now, the miners are still incredibly profitable because of how high that price of Bitcoin is, and especially how high it's going to continue to rally because of the historical trend of how after there's a halving event, it's going to rally substantially. So let's take a look at the market, guys. Okay, so one thing I got to mention is if you guys have not picked up my investors course yet, it's something you should pick up, okay? I spent a lot of time doing research to talk about my 2024 investors guide to crypto. I made it super cheap. It's from $400 discounted to like literally 70% off to $125. Just use the link below. It's going to cover everything that I know about investing, the coins that I'm following, how to use my portfolio manager, and why I'm bullish on these specific coins, and especially how I'm going to exit the market, which is incredibly important. If you guys are buying into crypto, it's equally important to understand when to exit the market, because if you don't and you're holding to the next cycle, there's a good chance you're going to lose about 80% of your portfolio if you just end up waiting till the next cycle. So it's a good course. Pick it up, guys. It's 125 bucks. It's worth the 10 hours of your time to get a lot more insight. And I won't talk about that again here. So just talking about generally the market from the perspective of my portfolio, all right? And it's very easy for me to gauge how well the market is doing just based off of specific indicators that I use, okay? So I have a chandelier exit indicator here, and this indicator can start scanning from anywhere. So see this blue dotted line right here? Okay, I can make it any color I want as well, but blue seems to fit very nice, but I'll make it white to make it more visible, okay? So this white dotted line here, it marks basically when Bitcoin started to drop. Maybe I'll make it one day further back, okay? And then what my indicator does, there's a few bugs, so I apologize for that. What it does is it's going to scan from when Bitcoin first began over here dropping to where this price is now. So it's going to take the open of this candle, and then it's going to measure it from the open of the last drop to where the price is right now. You're going to see that it says about 7.1%, whatever, which is also telling you right here as well, which I'll move to the middle of the screen actually so you can see. Middle right. Actually, I'll move it to the top right, okay? There, this will be very visible now. So see right here, the range, that's how it measures it. So since the drop, Bitcoin has recovered roughly 7.15%. And then you see Ethereum also recover 8.8%. You see coins like Near recovering a whopping 59%. Solana has recovered a huge amount as well. Some coins have outperformed other coins, of course, right? So they're going to do a lot better. You see Solana recover 24%. You see coins like Polkadot not nearly recover as much, but they're slowly trending up there as well, 25%. And if you guys were actually in my Discord group, I emphasized it. I can't imagine how many times in my Discord group where we said, as predicted, will it hold? Okay, the 4-day ends up supporting. It's always held since. The market has rebounded heavily. Time to buy. Crypto blog, you should watch this. Time is running out. I just watched my own video and this dude convinced me to buy more crypto, right? The market has recovered well. You don't understand how time sensitive this is. And this is all between April the 14th or April the 13th and the 15th. During that major drop, I told everybody, right, this is the drop right here, the 14th and the 13th, you should be buying crypto. So if you were listening to me in any way, you would be up a significant amount right now. Look at coins like Jupiter recovered 40% already. I got in on Jupiter at 85 cents on $130,000. I'm up about 35% just on Jupiter alone. So what I'm trying to say is I can go on and talk about how the market has recovered, but all you guys need to know is that based on what I've told you right here, the market has significantly recovered. And every time there's going to be a major dip in the market, please understand the long-term bias of Bitcoin right now, which is incredibly bullish. Therefore, you must purchase with conviction if you understand the long-term cycle. Every time there's a Bitcoin halving event, there's always a period of accumulation for up to anywhere from 2 to 4 months, we'll say. And there's no point of me showing you. You're just going to have to take my word on it, or you can go back and take a look at previous videos, or you can see it for yourself as well on the charts. But if you do go back, means we'll just show you a little quick snapshot, okay? If you go back, you can see for every halving event, okay, there's always been a major accumulation period. And this is a beautiful thing because it's signaling to us that there's a time to buy. Okay, let's just start at 2016 actually. 2016 July, okay? So the accumulation period was after the big drop, right? Even if another capitulation occurs, so be it. But I don't think it will, to be honest. In 2016, there was this kind of accumulation period for a while after the drop, and it goes up. Even if there was a big drop, honestly, it's just another opportunity to buy. Because if you take a look at the grand scheme of things from after this event to up there, if you just go on a vacation for like 2-3 months, come back, buy on the dip as well, come back, you're going to reach all-time highs, right? That's just how it goes. And then you're going to also see in 2020, there was another accumulation period. Right after the big dip, there's an accumulation period right here for about almost 90 days. And then we start rallying to make all-time highs. So the major volatility, you can expect some of it, but I don't think a lot of it right now because of just how bullish the market generally is. Sure, we might get some smaller drops, but the chances of a major dip is not likely. So I need to urge you guys to understand the importance of how time sensitive the entire market is right now. And because of that, it's also important to firmly acknowledge the long-term bullish cycle of Bitcoin. It's bullish. There's an accumulation period. And once this accumulation period finishes, you can expect altcoins and also Bitcoin to skyrocket to the upside. That's my understanding. And also, one of the most important attributes and characteristics you must be able to have during a Bitcoin bull market is, first of all, actually 3 things I'll explain. One is knowing when to enter, okay? When to enter is simple, but knowing when to enter, you also need to understand the long-term bias of Bitcoin, okay? So you know that there's a drop that happened, and you also need to understand the end. If you know the beginning and the end is where the top is, right? Simple. Now, that's one thing you need to understand, how there's going to be a period of a rally. The second thing you must understand is where the top could possibly be. How do you identify the top? There's many different ways, such as historical fear and greed index. There's also things like the pi cycle top indicator, and you can use EMAs, bull market support bands, many different indicators that will tell us. For example, if you guys are unfamiliar with the pi cycle top indicator, here is in 2021 where it told us the top was in around April, right? But then it didn't identify this one because that was more like a double top, okay? So that's one way. So first thing is understand that the cycle. Second thing is understand how to almost catch and time a top. The third thing is understand how to buy the dips and especially have diamond hands. Okay, like you got to be able to have motherfucking diamond hands to be able to hold through this. And if you have one of those weak hands and you're selling on these dips, it's because you don't know the cycle, the first thing that I talked about, and you also don't know how to sell near a top. So you're missing some key pieces of information. If you have weak hands, then you're selling on these 20-30% dips. Now you're gonna say, well, what if this 20-30% dip is actually the top? Well, it's probably not the top because the pi cycle indicator didn't show up there. There's multiple other indicators that didn't indicate a top. You should only be selling your position on strength if it's rallying, getting close to a top with hyper extension. And that's very easy to tell. I've been in 3 major bull markets now. It's not a problem at all in any way for me to be able to time the top now. 2017, I almost did. In 2021, I really did. And then now it's going to be even easier with the experience on hand, okay? So I think that if you have diamond hands and you keep adding to your portfolio and you keep cash on hand as well, it's going to contribute to your hyper successful bull run, especially if this is your first bull market already, okay? And you're just new to the game. It's important to develop these key knowledge and criterias to know how to trade this market. Otherwise, you're just going to be another person that's going to fall victim to the market. So right now, Bitcoin is incredibly bullish overall. Taking a look at the Elliott wave count, it simply just goes like this. Okay, Elliott wave count, for those that don't know, it's a way of measuring based off of fractals in the market. Now, I'm not saying this is the exact count, But I'm saying that right now it seems to be fitting this third wave criteria where A, B is higher than C. This looks like it's making a bullish flag, to be honest, or some sort of event where it's looking like this and it's just going to break out soon, doesn't it? Doesn't it just look like a bullish flag, right? There's no other way to see it, to break onto the 5. And the 5 could be hyper extended as well. It can make, for example, an extended fifth wave. But what we do know is that so far, it's just fitting into a very bullish channel. And there's no other way to look at it other than a super bullish channel right now. Now, it might even break out here. Okay, it might even break out on this one, on this next one where it's rallying up there. It looks like it's going to get even higher, right? Or it might even come down one more time. It might hit up there, come down, and then it starts to break upwards like that. But either way, this is a very bullish. Oh, sorry guys, sorry. There we go. That's all I'm showing you, okay? So this was the Elliott wave count that I was referring to earlier, where this looks like it's making a fifth wave, a fifth subwave. This is the A, the B, and the C, and this is making a bullish pattern that's going to complete. And we don't know how this one's going to play out. I was saying the fifth wave could be extremely extended, or maybe it'll be normal. Okay, and if it's normal, then it's going to go to the top over there, right? So this is what looks like it could happen. But either way, I'm super bullish. I've got a nice portfolio. Like, it's valued a lot right now, okay? I'm going to show you guys the portfolio. I can't move everything over to my ledger. Some are on exchanges, so the only way I can show you guys is on CoinMarketCap. It's taking a while to load for some reason right now. So this is the way it's going to go, guys. Like, if you also take a look at things from the perspective of a chandelier exit, which is incredibly important because it's going to tell you basically like how well things are trending, and especially hold on, let me just get this off of here. Okay, how well things are trending above certain volatility ranges. Like if I go to 2017's market, you're going to see how this is it's going to show you it trended above like the 2 and the 3 day right here, right? So this is on the 4 day. Notice how it broke only the 4 day like one time right here, right there, just one time, okay? So, and then also it's showing you right here that, hold on 1 second here. So laggy. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just lagging right now. Okay. Okay, so I have two portfolios to show you guys. I'll show you in a second. So this is just breaking one time from red to green. And, you know, before the bull market truly kicks off, there are periods where it could break from red to green often, right? Do you guys see that? It's breaking. And then the volatility changes, and then it breaks back above it, rallies. Volatility changes, breaks back above it, rallies. Volatility changes, breaks above it, changes. So it's going to do these kind of cycles multiple times until we reach the top. But what you'll notice is eventually it just ends up skyrocketing. And you can see here as well that this one didn't even break much, right? After the bear market here, it just broke like one time to green, one time to red, one time to green again, one time to red, and it just stayed green the entire time, right? So, but I'm not saying to like ride it until it changes over here. That would be death, right? There's like, you know, the extreme ends where this tells you the top, and then the chandelier exit tells you where you should be really gotten out of already. But there's a big gap in between of like 30%. You have to be able to catch somewhere near a top, right? Not more so on the lower side. You don't want that. So there's going to be multiple ways, and that's what I teach you in my portfolio as well, or sorry, in my course. So you guys should pick that up, man. It tells you my exit strategy, and it's going to be a big portfolio I exit. And here you're seeing the 4-day chandelier exit just kick off so heavily. That's why I was super bullish above that $30 or $57,000, $58,000 region. So here's the public portfolio, the one that I manage on Binance for you guys, the one that I bought since I think like February the 8th or something like that. So, but I had to restructure all of it. So this is not like an accurate one. I think I put in like 170,000. Actually, it could be kind of accurate. No, this one is right. This one is right. The public portfolio is 100% right. Okay, so this one here is only up. It was at about $300,000 at one time, right? And I have it very different in terms of holdings. So I'm more so on the aggressive side in terms of having less Bitcoin and more less Bitcoin, less Ethereum, and more of the altcoins. So it's more of an aggressive approach. And then in my main portfolio over here, it's completely different, right? So this one here, I'm more so focused on my long term. So this one here, I put in roughly like around 2 point something million, right? A little bit over 2.4 million. And it grew substantially already. Like it ended up doubling already. But I bought some coins at the top. Like I bought TIA at the top. I bought FET at the top. I bought what else? Tau at the top as well. So I'm not gonna lie about that, right? So I got in at a really, really bad time. And so let me just see if it's gonna show the profit and loss here. Where is it? Tau, I'm down a little bit on it. FET, I'm down as well. FET's pretty funny that I literally bought it at the top and I'm down about 21,000 on it. It's not exactly at the top, but fairly close to the top. But overall, I've been buying since literally like January of 2023, right? So the portfolio, and I bought a lot during last summer as well. And I expect this portfolio to probably do something like overall from when I first bought it, probably about 7 to 8x. So I'm expecting anywhere like with about a $15 million ROI, like return. So that's kind of my expectation, somewhere between like investing 2.6 mil roughly and getting back maybe 15 to 20 million from those prices of my entries. So I'm doing a really good job managing both of them. This one I keep it more so private for the elite group, but you guys always see me update the public portfolio, which I'll also be distributing some of the profits to the elite group down the road. So I just wanted to give you guys an update of where I stand, which is incredibly bullish right now on Bitcoin. And even if there is a short-term drop right now, who gives a shit, guys? Grow a pair of motherfucking balls. If you are like extremely scared, go run your dick into a wall and hurt yourself so you don't cut it off or something by accident if you're so scared. Like really, I really mean it. Okay, go to like the metal factory and dip your balls in some iron. So it's going to be heavy enough for you to actually hold your position and not be a little pansy about it and sell your position. You just need to trust me when I tell you that I've been in 3 bull markets already. This is my 3rd one. And I'm going to do so fucking well in it. And I'm going to carry you guys with me with my non-financial advice that I'm giving you, okay? This is not financial advice. But if I had to give financial advice to my cats who have huge portfolios, my dog has a huge portfolio, you know? I always tell Tokyo how to manage it. I would tell that dog of mine to buy on every fucking dip and don't ever sell your portfolio until I sell it. Because you're a stupid dog and I'm a human and I know the market better than you. That's what I would tell my dog, okay? Unless that dog does more research than me and spends more than like 8 hours a day reading and learning about the market, then I would trust that dog more than I would trust myself with my life. But that dog doesn't have a huge portfolio, hasn't been in the market for a long time, and knows fuck all. That's why it's good to listen to me. I'm just kidding. So I'll catch you guys later. Buy on dips. Have diamond balls. Okay? Don't sell shit. You're just going to regret it. Don't be one of those fucking idiots where you think it's a top already. It's a top or a short-term top. And then you're like going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to sell, take profit right here. Because Bitcoin gets back up to there. I'm gonna sell because it's gonna reject one more time, man. It's gonna go there and it's gonna reject one more time, man. And then when it rejects, I'm gonna buy here, over there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm so fucking smart. Look at me. And then what the fucking market does is you sell your position there and it goes back up. And being the incredibly brilliant genius retard, that's autistic that you are, you end up entering the position at a much higher price. Bravo! You just won the Crypto Special Olympics Award. Congratulations! Yeah, so don't do anything like that, okay? Because you're gonna get fucked over. If you do something like that, you are only allowed to sell maybe 10 or 20% of your entire portfolio. You're only allowed to risk a tiny percent to sell there to take a chance to buy back a little bit lower. Okay, that's it. And then if you fucked up, at least it's not 100% of your portfolio. You get that? and you're only taking a little risk for a huge gain. That's all that you're allowed to do, man. You can't take more risk than that, because you got to understand that there's a lot of risk to sell at the wrong time. Okay, that's where a lot of people end up getting fucked, because they're gonna miss out on so much profit, and then you're missing out. Think about this: if you sell a big portion of your portfolio and it doesn't drop, and then it goes back up here, so you're missing out on the profit as it goes up. If you were to have held your position, okay, you're missing out on those massive profits, and you're entering at a higher price. Okay, so you're like, that's crazy. Like, do you guys understand? Like let's just pretend for a moment, okay, that you decide to, like, okay, let's just say that the price is right now at like fucking $2, okay? You guys have to understand this math, okay? The math is so important. And then you want it to, and then it's gonna break out, or you think it's gonna dip, right? You think it's gonna dip to like $1, but instead what happens is you sell your position, you enter at $3 instead. You have to understand this, okay? You have to understand the simple fucking math, okay? Even though, okay, just watch this. Even though from 20 or from $2 to $3 is only 50%. Makes sense, guys? $2 to $3, you missed out on 50%. So you buy back there. But if you take your profit from $3 to $10, that's only a 230%, like 230% profit. But if you take your profit from $2, okay, to $10, that's a fucking 400% profit. Do you understand that? So if you were to buy back only 50% higher, okay, but it gets to whatever, say like this price that I gave you as an example, instead of getting a 400% profit, you're buying back and you're only getting a 230% profit. So what does that mean? It means you lost out on 170% profit just because you tried to take a chance to buy back a little bit cheaper, and you had to buy back 50% higher. So you have to understand that basic fucking math of not being a retard and risking. There's so much risk involved in selling and trying to buy back cheaper, but if you missed it by a little bit, it is a gigantic profit that you missed out on the long run. That's it, guys. I'm done yelling at you guys. I'm not trying to call anybody a retard. I'm sure that you guys already know that you are, if you are one. I'm just kidding. I love you all. Okay, guys, thank you for watching this video. I wasn't trying to be rude anyway. I'm just trying to joke around and be funny and be like a half dick. So have a great day, guys. I will update you further. Take my advice. You will go far. You will make $1 trillion gazillion dollars if you watch this video. Actually, you will be the highest market cap person in the world if you watch this video and buy my course. I'm just kidding.